Okay. Fredericksburg,
That's right.
Virginia.
Yes, so let's visit a big house.
Yeah, big haunted house. Hello there, parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I'm your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Mary Ann Donnelly.
We are here in Fredericksburg, Virginia at the Chatham Manor.
It's either Chatham or Chatham. I think there's an H in it.
Chatham. Is it not Chatham? I don't know. Something like that. Chatham, right?
Chatham.
Chatham. That's it back there.
Yeah.
Really cool. So we're going to go check that out. But before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal history, forensic, and travel type videos,
don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll hear from us next time we post a new video.
Now let's go check it out.
Chatham Manor in Fredericksburg, Virginia is a large 180-foot brick Georgian manor house located on Stafford Heights and overlooking the Rappahannock River. It was built in 1771 by enslaved laborers and craftsmen at the direction and financing of William Fitzhugh. The Fitzhughs were related to and good friends with other well-known Virginians like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and George Mason. The nonstop social requirement of hosting friends and relations drained the Fitzhughs' purse. As a result, Fitzhugh sold Chatham 35 years after moving in. For one example of how extravagant the lifestyle, records indicate that during a 2-week period, visitors to Chatham consumed 21 calves, sheep, lamb, and goats, 3 sturgeon from the river, and innumerable chickens. I guess if you're entertaining our founding fathers, though, you wouldn't want to be stingy. At the time of the Civil War, Confederate supporters Betty and J. Horace Lacey owned Chatham. At the outbreak of the war, J. Horace Lacey volunteered to serve in the Confederate Army. Betty, meanwhile, packed up the household and left Chatham empty, which allowed it to be occupied by the U.S. Army and used as a headquarters during the Battle of Fredericksburg. After the battle, Chatham's stately rooms were transformed into a field hospital. Clara Barton, Mary Walker, and Walt Whitman served in the hospital at Chatham, caring for the sick and wounded soldiers. It is believed that one of the witness trees, 4 exist on the property, a catalpa, may have been the tree that Walt Whitman was referring to when in December of 1862 he wrote, "Outdoors, at the foot of a tree, within 10 yards of the front of the house, I notice a heap of amputated feet, legs, arms, hands, etc., about a load for 1 horse cart. Several dead bodies lie near, each covered with its brown woolen blanket. In the dooryard toward the river are fresh graves. The house is crowded, and the wounds pretty bad, some frightful." The Lacey's returned to Chatham after the war to find their home had been used as a Civil War hospital and that well over 130 men had been buried on the property. Reburial teams removed 133 Union dead from the property, identifying only 23 of them when they reburied them in the Fredericksburg National Cemetery. Later, when John Lee Pratt was owner of the estate, 3 more bodies were discovered. Those 3 remain on the property today, identified with placards indicating that they are an unknown Civil War soldier. After the war, the Lacey's tried but could not maintain their lavish lifestyle, as their wealth had been tied to the enslaved people who had since claimed their freedom. Thus, shortly after returning, the Lacey's sold the house and the 1,300 acres. The next 8 owners likewise had difficulty keeping up with the house and grounds. In 1920, when Helen and Daniel DeVore purchased the property, and wanted Chatham to represent historic majesty in the spirit of colonial revivalism, they transformed Chatham Manor from a former slave plantation to a showy country retreat. The look of Chatham today represents and resembles the house after those restorations in the 1920s. Cared for today by the National Park Service, you can tour the house, at least parts of it not undergoing restorations, and walk the grounds and gardens. Of the nearly 24 outbuildings, only the kitchen and laundry, along with the main house, survive today from the original estate. Additional buildings, including a dairy barn, greenhouses, stables, garages, and so on, exist, being added from the 1900s on through the years. It also has luxurious gardens that were re-established by the National Park Service in the 1980s. These represent the ones that Ellen Biddle Shipman, a famous female American landscape architect, designed, and one-time owner John Lee Pratt had removed while he owned the house. And you can also find the 1771 terraces facing the river, which originally were home to formal gardens and today house cannons and a pontoon display. Not to forget the graves of our fallen Union soldiers still resting here on the grounds of Chatham's front yard and driveway. Ultimately, the Park Service continues its diligent restoration to help preserve this estate and unearth and tell the history it holds to future generations.
Okay, so we just did a tour inside the house. Wasn't much to actual tour because they only have 3 rooms open. It's under renovation right now. But we did find out more information about the house. And there's a couple unknown soldiers buried around here. But, wow. Impressive. Impressive property. But the house is humongous. Right?
Yes. But when you think about having unknown soldiers buried on your property, gee, I wonder why they see soldiers walking.
So what's that paper say? There's one here.
So it shows that there's one here where we are.
There's one over there in the shrubs.
One of the shrubs. We'll have to walk over to the shrubs.
And then one.
And then there's one over here on the other side of the drive.
So they were buried here because this was a field hospital. And they must have, I don't know why they would say they were unknown though.
If they were here, you would think that they would have been able to say who they were. It's over here, because it's so So it's by the further past the Rotunda statue, so like right there.
Didn't she say there's some? These are witness trees.
She said that these were witness trees up here. So those.
Those.
Yeah.
Those are witness trees. Wow. Oh, look at this tree. Wow. Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
See if those are one of the bushes up there. Unless that's it right there. You have to see that.
Found it?
Unknown soldiers.
Well, you want to see if we can find out if we know who he is?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we're out here at Chatham Manor, and we're at one of the unknown soldiers' graves who's buried here. I'm just curious, could you tell us who you are?
Can you tell us what outfit you were with?
Are you one of the soldiers that's seen walking here?
Can you tell us where you were wounded?
I've been there.
You said I'd been there?
It was slow. I've been there. Ed?
Are you with your family now? Is there a message you'd like to give us? Nope.
No.
Okay, well, we want to thank you if you spoke with us.
Yes, thank you very much. We'll let you get back to your rest.
Bye.
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 Turtle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think I have honeymoon pictures like this.
You do.
You
That's a
taking
turtle.
pictures of dead animals. That's Fredericksburg over there. I don't know if we did video. Did we do video showing the river? There's the river down there. So there is music playing in the background, so I don't know what that is. That's not paranormal. We actually can hear that. We're just getting a picture for Panic D. So this would have been their driveway. They just buried them in weird places, huh?
Yeah. But all of them outside like the brick wall.
Yeah. Outside of like the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So that is some of the paranormal claims is soldiers.
Walking along here as
Yeah.
if they're still looking for jobs or orders or patrolling the area, waiting for information. But it makes sense. They're literally buried right along here.
Yeah, in unmarked graves.
Yes. Well, marked but as unknowns.
Yeah. Huh?
I've never seen a gingo tree this big.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Huge.
That would be one of the witness trees.
Nope.
So I think this would have been the kitchen. Now it looks like it's offices. That's very cool. Birdhouse.
This is the stables and garage from the 1920s.
Stables and garage from the 20s. Those doors look like they're about that old. Go ahead.
Storage.
That might be the barn there. Maybe.
It's all part of what they call the stables and garage, so that's probably the stables part.
Yeah. Wow, what's this? What is this? Chicken coop?
It's not on the map. It's corn crib.
Corn crib. Okay. All right, sweetie. Chatham Manor. What do you
Yes.
think?
I think that it's really big. It's really cool. Wish we could have seen more of the inside. Could only see 3 rooms out of that whole big giant structure. It's interesting that they're like renovating the whole thing at once.
Yeah.
You know, usually they'll do like a room at a time or so.
Well.
But I had no idea that there were unknown soldiers that were buried here. And as soon as she showed me that on the map, I was like,
Yahtzee.
there we go.
Got to do a little
But
investigation.
it also explains why they see soldiers here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We were all over the grounds.
we were.
So as we're leaving here, we're going to film. There's some greenhouses and a dairy barn that was built later.
Yes.
Right?
One of the greenhouses, the one farthest back, was built in 1900, and the one out front was built in 1935.
And the dairy barn is
And the
circa
dairy barn,
1900.
close to 1900, yeah.
So we're going to get some footage of that as we're leaving.
Mhm.
But I think we'll wrap it up and go watch that footage.
Yeah, and
Yep.
until next
Anything
time.
else you want to add?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting.